Gauteng police have arrested a suspect in connection with the deaths of two women in Mamelodi East. The bodies of cousins Tshiamo and Baleseng Moramaga were found with gunshot wounds on Sunday. Police say a third woman survived the attack. The 38-year-old suspect will appear in the Mamelodi Magistrates Court on Wednesday. Newzroom Afrika's Ziniko Mhlaba is in Mamelodi and joins us now live with the latest from there. Ziniko Mhlaba.
A very good afternoon to you, Bravi. Yes, indeed, the Gauteng police have just announced that a suspect has been arrested following the brutal murder of Tshiamo and Baleseng here in Mamelodi Extension 7 in the morning yesterday. And of course, we're actually right at the scene where their bodies were found, Bravo. And of course, just behind me, there are those two spots covered with sands. That's where, the bodies of Tshiamo and Baleseng were found by locals who were passing by, after a night at an establishment here in Extension 17. And community members then alerted the police that indeed there were two bodies they had seen here, and police came through, and of course the forensics team also came through. So immediately, Gauteng police unit responsible for violence and violence and a detective team at a provincial level working with Gauteng Mamelodi East police station then started their investigations immediately yesterday, and it has culminated to the arrest of a 37-year-old here in Mamelodi. He was arrested at a filling station today, so within 24 hours a suspect has been apprehended. And of course, that person has not been named until he pleads in court on Wednesday. However, Bravi, after hearing that there have been an arrest that has been made, we did ask the family members whether they've been officially informed about that development. They told us that not as yet. They are still awaiting for the investigating officer to be in touch with them, saying that they've not heard anything from police since yesterday. So that has been, a situation with the family. They've been, not getting any update as far as the investigations are going. And Bravo, I must state that 2 hours ago, we were called on by some community members here who are living on the very same street, saying that they had identified a cartridge that they believe might have been linked to that shooting. And we did, see some pictures of that cartridge, and calls were made to the authorities. And a police minibus arrived here and engaged with the members of a political party EFF about that cartridge. And that cartridge has just been, confiscated or taken from the crime scene like few minutes ago. So those are some of the things that have been happening here at Extension 7. What has also been coming out from the people who've been talking to is that, well, this is not an area where you'd find such a tragic incident taking place. Even car theft is not an issue. House breakings are not an issue. So people are still very shocked in terms of what could have led to this particular incident. Speaking to the mother, Bravo, as well, when we're engaging with her about the possible suspect who has just been arrested, the mother said, well, she does not know who that person is. However, there is someone she has in mind from the conversation she had had with her daughter, Tshiamo. However, she's saying that she can only confirm whether this is the person she's suspecting once that person appears in court. Also stating that, well, she's looking forward to seeing that person and just maybe try to get some answers in terms of what might have led to him, that suspect, killing these two young girls. So that's the situation here. But also unconfirmed reports from people who were talking to us off camera, Bravo, saying that there was a text that was sent from one of the mobile phones of the two deceased to a friend, explaining that, well, one of the victims is fearing for her life. There is someone who is trying to kill her. So community members are saying that, well, that is also the information that law enforcement authorities might have used to really pin down or zoom into a particular individual. So we're not sure whether all those informations and update and evidence that has been presented to the authorities or handed over to the authorities, is the same evidence that led to this arrest. honest, the family is still very shocked. They could not even engage with us properly, but they did describe that, they were actually, Tshiamo's mom said that the last time she saw Tshiamo was on Friday. Tshiamo had visited her in Tembisa, where the mother stays, and she helped her with her hair, saying that, well, she now believes that maybe that was Tshiamo's, way of bidding farewell to the mother. So that's the situation. A lot of questions without necessary answers coming forth. However, these news, which are alluding to the fact that there is a suspect who has been arrested, I'm not sure then whether the family is going to try to get some closure. And I believe that maybe Wednesday, when this suspect appears at the Mamelodi Magistrates Court, that's when they'll get an idea in terms of who this person is and whether some of their answers will be given and will be answered, some of their questions will be answered or not.
Ziniko, Mhlaba, live from Mamelodi.